So today I'd like to share with you how to safely and naturally control the tomato hornworm. So the tomato hornworm is the biggest pest for tomato plants, and it's a large green worm that's about 4 inches long at maturity. It has white stripes and a horn on its rear, and the adult moth is large with a wingspan of up to 4 to 5 inches. The hummingbird moth, the sphinx moth, and the hawk moth are some of the varieties of tomato hornworms. So the tomato hornworm will spend its winter as a hard-shelled pupa 3 to 4 inches below the soil level. Then in the spring it emerges as a moth, and it's going to lay its eggs on the tomato plant usually around May or June, and the eggs will hatch in 3 to 8 days. And the best way to rid the garden of the tomato hornworm is just to pick them off by hand. But if you don't want to touch them, then some tweezers or pliers will work. And if you watch your tomato plants, you will see the damage and can look for the worms. So I'm really lucky. My cat likes to catch them and eat half and leave the other half on the bathroom rug. Now there are safe and organic ways to eliminate the tomato hornworm from your garden. So here are 4 natural ways to keep the tomato hornworm from destroying your tomato plants. All right, number 1 is just row covers. A physical barrier such as a row cover or a small screen can keep the moths off the plants. And you want to put this on in the late spring before you see the moths flying. You're going to want the lightest, most super thin screen or row cover that you can find so that the plants get as much light as possible. All right, number 2 is Sluggo Plus. This is an organic listed product that has iron phosphate and spinosad as the active ingredient, and it comes in pellet form, and you're just going to sprinkle this on the leaves. Number 3 is Captain Jack's Dead Bug Brew. So we use Captain Jack's Dead Bug Brew once a week from the time that we see the moths flying around in the spring until our 3rd hard frost, and we'll spray once a week if the population is low, and if we're having a real problem with them, we'll spray twice a week. Now, before we get to number 4, if you'd like to learn the other ways to control garden pests naturally, you can get this in our Homemade and Organic Pest Control ebook that you get for free when you sponsor the High Performance Garden Show. So we give that away along with the Gardener's Guide to Perfect Soil and the Preserving Fruits and Vegetables Guide. And this is for anyone that sponsors the show at the $8.25 level. So this is a super deal. So go to thelivingfarm.org/high-performance-garden-show. When you get to the page, just scroll down and you can find the sponsor section. Okay, number 4 is pyrethrins. So pyrethrins are extracts from the chrysanthemum plant, and it's toxic to hornworms. So you spray it on the plant or use the dust form 2 times a week until you don't see any more damage. So the biggest thing with the tomato hornworm is just vigilance. If you had them in the past, you're probably going to get them again. So spend some time looking at your plants for any chew marks or feces. And if you see any signs of hornworm, you can get after them safely and naturally.